What's going on, YouTubers? Welcome to another video. So I do have plenty of statues coming in next week. This week I only got the Predator there, you see. So just making another video for you guys, give you some sort of content you can watch over the weekend. But as far as next week, I'm getting XM Alien. It's going to go right there. Going to get some more 1/10 scale statues. Hopefully, if they all ship. I know one is shipped, but I might get 4 new 1/10 scales. Possibly a DBZ statue, possibly Queen Studios Captain Marvel. So it should be a great week. But I wanted to bring up a subject for you guys regarding recasts. Should you consider buying recasts? Are they good? Are they bad? How's the quality? This and that. There's always a debate. There's people who are very adamant saying that they will never buy a recast. It's stealing the artist's work. There's those who are okay with it. There's always mixed opinions on it. So here's my take on it. For example, this ECC Predator is a recast. That Alien is a recast. That Alien is painted much different than the original. It has more of a striped, almost like zebra type look. I do think I prefer the original paint job. The sculpt is the exact same. And this costs, I think, $250, where the original, if you were to buy it nowadays, goes from $1,600 to $2,500. So you're looking at, 1/5 the cost to get that Alien. And if you wanted to get professionally repainted to look like the original, another probably $500. So for $750, $800, you could get that to look like the original. This recast looks almost identical to the original, some slight variations. Cost $1,900. The original, $7,000 to $10,000. So I love both the originals, and of course I'd love to have them, but I'm not going to pay those scalper prices. That retailed at $1,900, that retailed I think at $600. So I'm not going to be paying triple, quadruple the price, but I want to have these statues in my collection because I love them. So that's the reason I opted for a recast. In regards to should you even buy a recast, look at it this way. If you download a bootleg movie, a song that you didn't, buy the original CD, and you're against recasts, you're a complete hypocrite in my opinion, because you're also stealing artists' work. If you buy a custom statue, you're also a hypocrite, because that is also stealing artists' work. They did not pay for the licensing fees to produce that statue, and you bought it, so therefore it's no better than a recast. Recast, they're not paying the licensing fees, they're producing it out of the original run. So, it's in essence almost the exact same as a custom statue. The custom statue, they did not have the license to approve that statue. They made it illegally, technically, and you supported it by buying it. So when I see these other collectors who are so adamant against recast, but then they're buying custom statues, I'm just like, you're a complete hypocrite. So that's just my 2 cents. I think that, in general, yes, you shouldn't be buying recasts. You shouldn't be downloading music illegally or downloading movies illegally or anything like that of the sorts. But the world we live in, nobody wants to go and spend, $20 on a CD when you could simply go to a website and download it for free. Or, same thing with a movie. I see so many people, go into some website to download things, get free pay-per-views, this and that. It's the world we live in. And with statues, I love the Cinemacat Predator. I've always wanted it. But I'm never going to pay $7,000. That's just ridiculous. But I will pay $2,000 for almost a 98% accurate version of this statue. Now, I don't plan to sell this. I think if you're buying a recast, you should buy it to never sell it. Because, of course, resale value is not going to be as good. You could probably sell it for what you paid. You might not. But if you're buying a recast, I think you really should think about, are you going to sell this in the future? Because you're going to have to say, hey, this is a recast. So I don't own a lot of recasts in my collection. I have those 2, and in the other room I have my Ghost Rider. And the Man is still in that room over there, but that one's broken, So those are all statues I wanted, but I'm not going to pay the scalper prices. I got them for less than 50% off. And for the most part, they all look very good. I would say the Man still doesn't look as good as the original, doesn't have the laser head, and the Alien doesn't look as good. But Ghost Rider and this Cinemacat look 90 to 95% as good as the original. If you were to put them side by side, you'd barely be able to tell difference. And anyone who's if I didn't tell you guys that this was a recast, I would bet 95% of you would not know. But I like to be honest and say, hey, this is a recast. There's a few slight variations, but very, very minimal. But, I'm okay with that. I absolutely love this. My wife just came downstairs and saw it in person for the first time. And you know what? She liked that more than Wolf. I personally still like Wolf better because I like Wolf, the character, better in that pose. But my wife liked this one better. She liked the paint job, the glossy head, the pose, the base, the whole concept and whatnot. It's all personal preference. But for me in general, I do not advocate going out and saying, hey, buy every single recast out there. But I think if you have a piece you really want and the going price is simply way too expensive, then as long as you can live with the fact you do have a recast, then I say go for it. It's your collection. Don't care what other people think. As long as you're okay with it, then, do what you want with your collection. You don't have to listen to what other people say, and I simply don't. I don't care. I love my collection how it is, and this Predator is very welcome in the collection. That Alien, I do wish had a slightly different paint job. I don't think it's horrible by any means, but I would prefer it more of just black with some shades in it. More like that half scale up there. So I may get it repainted someday, may not. Not sure I want to spend any more money on it. But this Cinema Cat is amazing. I really love this statue. Recast or not, I could give a crap. This thing's beautiful, and I keep staring at it, and I'm just like, God, that is amazing. So, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. There's always those mixed opinions in the community of, people against it, people for it. At the end of the day, it's your collection, and do what you want with it. Some people don't like how I display posters with my statues or the Blu-rays. I love it. It's my collection. I'm going to display it how I want it. There's people who like to display statues in front of other statues, blocking those statues. And personally, for me, I hate that. I'm like, you have too many statues. It's too cluttered. It looks bad. I never want to have a statue blocking another statue when it's in a specific display. Like, that is fine for me, because it's in a 360-degree view in this entire room. So I can just walk around and look at each piece individually. But if it's in like a frickin' Stuva or a Maji case and you have a statue behind another statue blocking it, I hate that. So everyone, collects what they want to. For me personally, I do not mind a recast. I'm not trying to go out and buy every recast out there, only the specific pieces where it's extremely expensive. Like, obviously the Cinema Cat, the original, is not worth $7,000. It's not worth $5,000. I would say max you would ever want to pay for the original, $3.5K. If I could find it for $3.5K, absolutely I would buy that. But it's never going to happen. And if I want a 1/3 Jungle Hunter Predator in my collection, this is my only option. Some people told me I should have got the Prime 1. That thing's 26 inches tall, so it's smaller than that. And that displayed there, I looked at it, it looked terrible. So Prime 1 would look terrible there. It would not fill up that base. It would look too small next to dog. Even if Prime 1 looks amazing, it has all those switch outs, it wouldn't go great with my collection. So I'm very happy I went with this option. It has amazing presence and it looks awesome. And I still like this pose better than Prime 1 anyways. And I'm all about those unmasked portraits. So that's just my 2 cents. When it comes to recast, don't care what other collectors think. It's your collection. You buy what you want. Just look at a lot of pictures of the recast. There's a lot of bad ones out there. Like, they look horrible. Like, you look at the Tsume Vegeta recast, I don't think it looks good at all. I would say hunt down the original, pay the extra money. There's certain recasts where they look really good, and it's definitely worth picking up, like this Predator, but there's others where you really should go for the original. If it's only a few $100 more, absolutely go for the original, no doubt. But when it's a couple $1,000s more, and it's very close to the same, I say go for the recast. Save yourself the money. So, in general, I do say always go for the original if you can. But if you're going to save thousands and thousands of dollars and it looks the same, go for the recast. You're going to save a lot of money. And at the end of the day, it's just, painted polystone statue. Whether it's an original or not, doesn't matter. When I look at this, I get joy. Heck, I even still have my COA. But, yeah, that's my 2 thoughts on Recasts. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'm sure some people are going to be like, it's still an artist's work, this and that, but I want to ask that same person, have you ever watched a movie or downloaded a song illegally, or have you bought a custom statue? If you haven't done any of those, good for you. Stick to your guns. But I would say 95% of the people out there, maybe 99%, have done those things. And if they're, saying this and that, they're hypocrites. So, hope y'all enjoyed this video. Come Monday, I should be getting Iron Spidey vs. Outrider. Tuesday, XM Alien. Wednesday, maybe some more 110s. Still wait. Iron Studios Direct is absolutely horrid at shipping. I paid for these over a month ago, and they still haven't shipped them. And it says they're in stock. They're advertising on their Instagram, and they're not shipping. So they're horrible when it comes to shipping and customer service, I will say. But the price is cheaper than Sideshow, so it's a trade-off. Sideshow, you'll get it within 2 days. Good customer service, but you're paying, about 5 to 10% more. So I opted for Iron Studios on all mine direct. I'm kind of regretting it now because they're so slow. Oh my gosh. And then I do have a DBZ statue on route, the Vegeta versus Frieza Transcendent Studios statue. And yeah, that's about it. I'm still debating if I'm going to get the Sideshow Flash. I've also considered the Blitzway Bruce Lee because I love that, and it's also shipping here this month. Let me know your thoughts on that. Blitzway Bruce Lee or Flash? Anyways, I'm about to head to the gym and transform into a Super Saiyan. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for joining.